1972 Silver Broom final, the kick rock controversy aside, Orest Melischuk, without the benefit of last rock, comes up with the greatest shot likely of his career. This draw to the back four behind two guards won Melischuk the world championship because Bob Labonte, the American skip, didn't have the touch when it came to making the pressure shot.
Under Pressure is brought to you by Elite Communications, above and beyond the call for your cellular, paging, and two-way radio needs. And by Icon Office Solutions, the way business gets communicated.
And that is one curling championship game that will live in infamy.
Well, and it is, and you know what, it's amazing, but that was 72, and to show you how truly a lifetime sport this is. Orest, of course, was a competitor in this year, and if you notice the third in the house, Dave Romano, Dave also was a competitor as a skip, won one of the spots out of the MCA this year.
Doug Armstrong, who joined the Stouton team last year after being with Dale Duguid in 1998, but then of course Dale decided to go out to British Columbia and join up with Merv Bodnarchuk, and as Doug has pointed out, no one in Manitoba men's curling history has won this championship 3 years in a row.
Good. Okay, Doug. That's good, Doug.
And of course, for Doug already is in the record books as a combination of being the only mother and son Canadian champions in this province. His mother, of course, Iris Armstrong, who was having a nervous weekend here at the Keystone Center in Brandon.
Well, I think she's feeling a whole lot better after that second in.
Well, they're still a little nervous about this. There's a long way to go, and I think sometimes
have a look, guys. Have a look.
You figure you should have it for sure, but boy, there's a long way to go, and a lot of things can go wrong in a game of curling. Here's a good shot right here.
Here's a really good shot.
Interesting. See, Jeff's not overreacting to that and panicking. He figures he gets that. He doesn't want anything, Spriggs, to sort of build up house in the back, similar to what he did to Spriggs in the second end.
Well, and I think that the other thing for Jeff is he's looking at that situation. He's lying to, and he's not really sure what it is that Don Spriggs is going to do, but he's going to let him make that move rather than him having to make it himself.
Well, that's not a good shot. As a matter of fact, that's the worst thing he could have done here. He's hit and roll. He's sort of protected now, that drag.
So the door opening slightly for Don Spriggs in this end, maybe to pick up a deuce.
I don't know.
This is a little bit of a decision.
And the side of here is good. Okay. Put one here.
Just to it.
Yeah, he wants to leave the Stouton shots for backing to be able to utilize later, either for Dean's last rock or his two shots.
And he's banking on Stouton banging away at these rocks and hoping that in doing so, maybe when the dust clears, he'll still be lying one or potentially two.
Here's a lot of weight on this one.
We're just
Move
freezing
the rocks
right now.
around a little bit.
We're freezing. Don't touch.
Oh, it's starting to die.
Yep.
Come on.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. Okay.
Good shot.
It's not a bad shot here. I think he's sort of got... Jeff's got a bit of a dilemma here. That shot of Gary Vandenberg's didn't help too much.
What's that?
No, he's did it on the yellow.
Yeah, they lay two with a guard. Get this one would be nice.
All right.
He wants to get rid of something.
From the hack, of course, Gary can't see the way they're lined up, so he's wondering if the potential was there to double off both yellows. Jeff suggesting if he hits it on the nose, it's not going to be a good thing.
Touch something. Touch something. Good. That's real good.
Actually, it is a great shot. Kind of lucky, but a great shot.
That's good.
It is, because he can blast the front one and not lose that one in there. Great shot. Jeff wished that one through, I think.
The corner freeze here, he just bops this and it goes across the top and out there.
Go in the open.
Keep the same guard.
What's that going to accomplish? Out here.
Well, we can only...
Yeah, we'll be laying.
We can't get rid of this with any of this stuff as it sits, though.
Huh?
So we can't get rid of this with the way these are sitting, though.
We got time.
Want to chip that front one up a bit? No.
I like coming back right here.
All right.
Then what if the red ones?
Then he's gonna whack this here.
We chip that shot rock?
Chip our yellow one over.
You chip the 3 over?
Yeah.
That help?
You chip it to here, and he's got the nose hit double. Everything goes.
Let's go where you want to go there.
I like here.
Boy, it's a tough one. Because they're worried about what they'll leave Stouton in combination shots. And
Well, and right now what they're saying is that the 2 yellow ones are lined up perfectly if they make any contact to remove one of the red ones, but by Gary Vandenberg ticking the other red one behind, there's no way for them to get at it. So one of the objectives of this shot is to just move the top Yellowstone a little bit, which he's not going to do.
no, he
So
doesn't
that they
want to
would
go
be
through
lined
on
up.
this.
As long as he's in play, it's a bit of an issue. He has to
he
stick
doesn't
and
wanna go
play.
through.
Good.
Got a precious biter there or not?
Hard to say. And again, we haven't had a chance to really run the rings or see them.
No.
Well, it must be biting because they haven't removed it.
No, well,
Jeff's
Jeff
quick
says
confidence out,
he says it's out,
Yeah,
but
that's what I was
still,
thinking.
it's still back there, but
biting
it's out
the
of the
back
circle.
line, which
yeah,
puts it in
exactly.
play, but
Well-
not the circles.
Does he
That's
play
an
the front here? Does he play the
unfortunate
front?
shot.
Whatever. You know, if you move this back, it's not bad, but then you'll probably lose this. Heel.
Well, the door was slightly opened, and Jeff Stoughton's trying to shut it.
It still is, and it will be for a while here because there's so many rocks around.
No. Good.
Ooh.
He's fortunate that moved up a little bit at the
Yes.
end, or he's getting yellow back onto red.
See, that rock at the back, if it's in the back of the 12-foot, is sitting good for Spriggs, but that extra 2 or 3 inches is so difficult for them now.
You don't like the freezing beside it, eh? Can we move 2 of them with our last shot?
Not as it sits. Now, if you freeze here, Dean, one of them's still going.
All right, move it up then.
Just tap it 3 inches is great.
We can't kill the other red one. They're still going to lay 2. We got to be able to kill them both. Don't you think? What do you want to do?
I don't even mind if it's just sitting here even. Just do it with sweeping.
We got lots of time, don't we?
Well, it's unfortunate that Dean didn't come down earlier. They've
Yes,
spent a lot of
exactly.
time to have a discussion at this point.
Wasting it at the other end, yeah.
Well, they can still call a timeout.
They may need it for later.
Just tap it up. See, if we sit beside it.
What we have to do is come across, move it 2 inches, and get the line so when we hit it, it goes into the crotch.
Get dead on line works good. Like right nose.
Having the discussion is really good. It's just unfortunate that he did most of it from the hack and then came down and confirmed
So what he
it.
wants to do.
Yeah, we gotta try for almost a dead freeze.
So what
right
he
on the
wants
nose.
to do is
Move it.
knock this rock back
3 or 4 inches. That's good.
up
Gotta be
here
pretty
so
much
that
straight line with it, though.
so that Stouton knocks, if he goes for the front ones, he knocks it into his own at the back there. So just move it up slightly. Precision shot though. It's got to be extremely accurate here. He
Well,
doesn't want to set up a double.
Well, he's got to be there, and as long as he's down to that pile.
Wait if you can.
But he's got to be on the front. Got to be dead
It's
back.
got to be right to it.
Come on.
He's light.
Right up.
Hard.
Hard, 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 hard. A little more. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, he had to be about 3 feet more weight.
Wrong angle.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just wondering if we move it.
Well, they'll have a chance to do it again. Jeff looking at Jonathan to do this straight removal of the one that has just been thrown.
A lot of weight.
Clean. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Clean, 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 clean.
Good.
Beautiful.
So a chance for Dean to make this one just a little bit better.
Jonathan is so good with that heavy weight. He's like the Martins in that. He can really throw that good weight.
Kevin and Martin, of course, playing this afternoon in the Alberta final for the right to go back to the Brier.
So as you suggested, Don, they're going to play the same shot again by Dean Moxham.
A little more weight this time, another 3 feet.
Weight's there. Wow, that. Wow.
Close. It's going to drop off the line.
Mud.
Come on. Yep. Hard.
Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa.
Oh, no. Sorry, guys.
Needed the rock to curl a little bit more instead of the sweeping.
4.
What?
He hits the outside double count.
No, it
Does he
doesn't touch
spin
the
everything
floor.
out here if he hits the top?
Those two don't go anywhere, dear.
Pretty thin. Yeah. I don't know what else we got.
Yeah, they're dead frozen, eh? No, there's a piece there. Half a rock, I don't think she goes out. Think it goes out with half a rock?
Be close. Third we got to go for. This isn't going to have a lot of weight with a third.
No.
So he's trying to hit it on this side. Of course, this rock will go out this way. This one will come back. He's hoping to get some action so that it'll just fly out over here. I'm not sure on that because there's so little separation with these rock in here.
And the teams are split. Don Spriggs and Jonathan Meade think they both go, and Dean Moxham and Jeff Stouton just aren't sure.
First rock at the fourth end for Jeff Stouton. Can he make the double? He did a lot of it in '96.
Hey!
Oh, look at that. Great shot. Great shot.
He got rid of everything.
Fabulous, sensational shot. That is really a great shot.
Beauty. Just got lost today.
Yeah.
It's that action.
House is very, very lively.
Take both out.
Touch them all, quad man.
Yep.
Well, they're almost frozen, so he has to throw it really hard and hit about a third, as Jonathan suggested. And just because the house is so lively and it's so quick, they just float to the wings.
Pretty to watch. Great shot.
Is there
That
any way,
is a very big shot.
Is there any way he could even utilize that rock that's just along the boards there?
Well, certainly there is the potential to sort of draw that way to corner it.
Make sure you're
They're
here.
looking to go towards the one at
Far
the
back
back.
as you can go. Line's good. Right back. Far as you can go. Okay. All right. No,
What that we got to do?
No.
Introduce. That's all we're going to get out of that.
Doesn't matter. That was a shot. We got a 3-ender if I get it over an inch more. It's welded. No, but it was I shouldn't have said anything. We kept it on the wrong line. If it comes over right on top, it's perfect. It's perfect. Some doubles made. Well, he might come and pinch it around, but
Bit less, John. I'll throw it
Dean
harder.
may be a little
Okay.
too hard on
Peel.
himself, but this is the
Yeah.
provincial final.
Yeah, they're looking for exact precision that is just not there right now.
So Jeff, a wide open opportunity to hit the stick and force Don Spriggs to make the hit and roll out for the blank.
No.
He's thrown a lot of weight.
Okay. No.
Yeah, he said he was going to step up the weight a bit, and that's exactly what he did.
But that rock at the back of the house that was almost on, certainly a huge factor.
Dean's forgotten that there's one more rock to come in this end.
Oh.
Oh.
I think I missed the back of the house.
We saw that this afternoon, didn't we?
Good sports.
Only in curling.
So for the second end in a row, Don Spriggs throws it through. And he'll maintain the hammer, but Jeff Stouton maintains the commanding lead.
Shoppers Mall Brandon is proud to support the 2000 Safeway Select Men's Provincial Curling Championships. Watch for our expansion to open fall of 2000. Discover Shoppers Mall Brandon.
Come for the flavor, come for the taste, stay for the good times, you know the place. We'll treat you special, we'll treat you right. You're the reason Chicken Chef is cooking something good tonight. Come on out, come on in to Chicken Chef. We're cooking something good for you. Come on in to Chicken Chef. We're cooking up something good for you.
So, you got an RCA TV with Guide Plus Gold. Gosh, that's got to make you feel good. What with this instant 7-day on-screen summary of your favorite shows? Bet the guys are impressed. Probably on their way over right now to watch the big game. Trash the place, each out of house and home, that kind of thing. The RCA with Guide Plus Gold. It's gonna be very popular.
The Safeway Select is brought to you in part by Manitoba Blue Cross, committed to caring, and by Chicken Chef Family Restaurants. Real quality, real value, real selection, made in Manitoba.
It's $1 million twice a week. It's a game we call our own. Yeah. Western 649. Here at home.
Play Western 649 at any Manitoba Lottery Ticket Center.
Western 649. Get a grin from ear to ear. Okay, smile. And remember this, my friend. The buck stop here. Buck stop here.
Kevin, get some sleep.
I can't.
Don't do this to yourself.
It's all my fault. I was going too fast. I destroyed a family.
I know.
Shoppers Mall Brandon is proud to support the 2000 Safeway Select Men's Provincial Curling Championships. Watch for our expansion to open fall of 2000. Discover Shoppers Mall Brandon.
And welcome back to Brandon's Keystone Center. Joe Pascucci along with Kathy Gauthier and Don Finkbeiner as we bring you this 2000 Safeway Select Provincial Men's Curling Championship from the Keystone Center. Jeff Stouton with 5 in the second end as a 5-1 lead on Don Spriggs of Portage. It's Jeff Stouton looking for his 4th Manitoba Men's Championship. Don Spriggs would like to win his first.
Well, and should Jeff be successful, just some shocking news, if you will, out of Ontario, and that was that Wayne Middaugh went down to defeat to Peter Corner. So Peter Corner will be representing Ontario in the Brier in Saskatoon in March.
Wayne Middaugh's a better skins player than a
Wayman is the best skins player that this country will probably ever produce.
Line's good.
And people have a chance to see him at Fort Garry Curling Club
Line's
next
good.
weekend.
Hard.
Wait, sir.
Hard for line. Hard for line.
See, with the free guard zone, at least they get an opportunity to get back in here. But I'll tell you, as we were just discussing,
there have been chances.
No, Stoughton seems having to be awfully sharp because, boy, the Spriggs foursome is really putting the heat on them in that last end. There was, you know, a little bit of frustration for Spriggs. I'm sure they had a chance there for a 2, possibly even a 3, the way things were going. If it wasn't for some brilliant shooting by Jonathan Mead and Jeff himself, that great quad shot that he made. Otherwise,
just T-line, I think.
You know, Spriggs is back into this game.
And there will always be shots with the free guard zone. You can force your opposition, where in the old rules you couldn't. And so 2 points for Spriggs puts him down 2 with 5 ends to go. This game is not over, but he does need to get on the board with a pair and relatively soon. And ideally, this ends so that when they go to the break, the momentum is not as it is right now.
So Gary Vandenberg asking to hit that yellow Spriggs stone in the forefoot and then roll behind the guards in front at the top 12. But he's going to go the other way.
That's good. Okay. Yeah.
Here's something that you can mention, Don Finkbeiner, about Gary Ross. He was awarded the Curler of Distinction Award, which they'll be presenting annually now prior to each select, something the Brandon Host Committee came up with this year. And Gary Ross, a deserved winner for the first time.
Oh, for sure. I mean, how many curlers can get, you know, everybody sort of looks negatively on the fact you get to 6 finals, but only the great players could ever do that. And Gary Ross is arguably one of the greatest players of all time in this province. In my opinion, after playing against him for years and losing to him many, many times, he was the toughest competitor I think I ever played against. And I played against a lot of good players, but Ross and his team, I played with him a few times too, and he was a remarkable player to play with. So a great award for Gary, and most deservedly.
Trying for the freeze, and they came up just a tad short.
The problem for Stoughton here is, if there is such a thing as a problem when you're up 5-1, is that there's so many rocks in play. He doesn't like this. He's got to try and get rid of something.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
And the one he's the most concerned about is, in fact, the higher guard, and that's the one he asked Gary Vandenberg to remove, and which he does successfully.
What about a flop off the 1 and over?
T-line.
Again, the weight that they're looking for is the tap back, the backline weight, wanting to make sure that they don't lose the shooter. The Spriggs team does need to keep all of their rocks in play.
Come on, Nat.
And on this shot, do they need to keep Jeff's rocks in play as well in terms of backing?
Yeah, they need some backing. They need something to work with. The only problem with the Spriggs situation now is you get into this cute kind of game like this, and it can easily backfire on you, and you're all of a sudden you got Stoughton lying about 3 or 4 when you come down to throw your last rock and could miss, and then of course it just blows you right out of the water again.
Well, right now he's lying 3 as they missed that shot.
Jeff doesn't like this, but Spriggs has to come up with some big shots too. Jeff's looking at the combination on that. Does this
could go this way, but it might be pretty dead off here.
Yeah, he's trying to
pretty thin.
Hit the outside of this one.
Well, I'll take a look.
Move
so you
that
can see.
and see if this one will spray across here if possible. Long
Probably
shot.
half a rock, you'd be okay.
Jonathan coming down, take a look at the angle on that.
If it just stayed up a little bit higher, it'd be no problem. But I think, you know, it's not going to have much oomph coming off of here and then on here.
That's a good shot of it there.
Oh, it's going to go. It's definitely going on here, though. Be spinning hard, though. But where's this one going to go? That's the thing.
See if
it's
they
too
hit
thin. It's no
this
good.
corner here.
Why don't you just rip it this way then?
Hoping this goes
Which
out.
one, the 3s?
This one spins off this.
You want to do that?
It's not really a hole there. We're losing 2 reds.
No, not necessarily. This one just goes to here. It's either that or come down and tap this up. Are those
Switch
both
from
out?
defense to offense.
Yeah, they're both out.
It's your call. Whatever you want.
Polite way of saying you're on your own.
Well, this is a tough one, really.
If he taps, we're playing. He's going.
You don't want to let him back in the game. You don't want to give up a 3, even at 2 if you can avoid it.
Hey.
Oh, we got tons of time.
But this one comes in, I don't want to put him in the house. No.
If you like ripping that 3 through there, Jeff, go right ahead. Sure there is.
Oh, there's lots of room.
Right there.
Yeah, it's not even that. You don't have to be that careful, but.
Third of the rock, eh?
Yeah.
Your call? You like that?
Okay, so he wants to look at hitting this one on this corner, trying to rip it through here, maybe taking that and that with it. May move this one into the house and through. So he's trying to jam it through this hole.
And even if they don't get a particularly good break, when you're up 4 points,
okay,
now
the
he's
options
changed it.
of, oh my.
Yeah, he's changed it to go just the split.
Well, for Jonathan, the decision has been that the risks may be higher, and so what Jeff's electing to do is to sort of beat Don Spriggs to the punch and asking Jonathan to tap this rock up.
Yep. Whoa.
It's a really aggressive call.
Hurry.
Good. Okay, John, good shot. Good.
Normal.
It's interesting, you know, John went in the hack and thought he was playing the hit. All of a sudden he's playing the draw. Important that he hit it on the nose. It's important he hits it on the nose. It's got lots of emotion, our friend Jonathan. And not as happy as potentially he could have been.
Dean Moxham shot, and he moves some stones around. But Jeff Stouton is still lying 4. Maybe 3.
If we hit the red one, does it jam?
Yeah.
4.
Just looking at a half a rock here. So the pick.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Good
yep.
sign.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Perfect. The yeah-woes is a music to a front end's ears.
And the crowd, of course, very appreciative.
Thanks.
They've had great
tough.
crowds here
Thanks.
all week, an average of about 23 to 2,900 people per game, which is great for the curlers.
Well, Don Spriggs was looking to score, hopefully 2 in this end. Right now with the situation, I'm sure he'd be happy just to get 1.
Oh, I don't think he's,
got a lot of
given
good
that up yet. I think if he gets a good one in here, Joe, that you may very well see a 2.
But he's on the front on this one.
But this could work.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Sometimes it goes from bad to worse in that situation. He had to get in behind. There's a lot of rocks in play, Joe. It's easy to get something tucked in behind and get a deuce here.
You know, it's been one of those games where Dean Moxham made everything yesterday, which really helped them to get here. And today he's been sort of ticking on a lot of guards and really having a bit of a rough go. So what he might be doing is just helping the rock along a little bit. And we talked about it in reading the ice, that it is a very release-sensitive ice. It moves really hard, and so you have to be really positive at the stick.
Flop off that one there. That's good.
Flop off that to this. Behind here.
The problem is when you're trying to make a comeback like this too, you have to be so accurate. You just have to step up your game and sometimes make it to worse.
And compounding that is when you're playing a team like Jeff Stouton.
Precisely, you're absolutely right.
You have to be precise.
Well, as good a team as there is in the world. As a matter of fact, I consider this the best team in the world after what they did last year. And boy, who wants to be down to them? Look at this. This is not a pleasant situation to be in.
Can you make contact with this going by?
No. I'm thinking you do off of this one, though.
This one's better roll, though. If we roll to there, he's got nothing. That's on there. It's control weight. Center line down.
So he's looking to come in behind the guards on the right-hand side of your screen by coming off the rock there at the top 8 on the left-hand side.
This and spin over into this area if you can.
Not this shot. The next may decide Don Spriggs' destiny in this game.
No, look at it. Not enough. He had to get it thinner. Not sure if no, it was tough to see whether it could be done, whether it would have gotten by that rock, Joe.
They have been just
I guess we do, right?
a little bit off, just enough.
Well, just a fraction.
Make sure we hit it. Nose it.
So for Jeff, if he hits it right on the nose here, then the trouble is,
nose
then
hit there would be nice.
If he gets the nose hit, then Spriggs can't hit it and get shot rock. He's going to have to hit and roll or draw, and when you're facing 5, oh boy, not a great situation. So Jeff, he wants to hit and stick right there.
No. 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 Come on. Finish a bit. Good.
No, he really wanted to do it. Actually, that's the nail in the coffin that he wanted to put in, and he didn't do it.
Wow, yeah, I
mean, it looks good, but he wants to stay right there.
He's left the forefoot relatively open.
Yes.
Need to know bases. Shot.
That was wide, eh?
See, he's a little upset about that. You know, it is a chance to put the guillotine down.
Talk about pressure.
Yes, this side.
It's this shot personified
for the game
for Don Spriggs. He has to make the shot to stay in the game.
Line's a little tight.
Final rock of the 5th inning.
Okay, you're all right. Wait only. Wait only.
Oh, he looks good.
Keep it clean. Come on, you're not going through.
He's fine. He's got a great shot.
And when you're throwing against 5 and you get 1, it's a great shot. So at the break, Jeff Stouton in control and with the hammer, leading Don Spriggs 5-2.
It was my sister who convinced me that I really could save on my taxes with Crocus. She was right.
Manitobans everywhere are combining their RRSP savings with the special tax credits available when buying Crocus. Look at the results.
I think it was my best investment.
That's real performance. Want to know more? Call Crocus, your financial advisor or credit union.
Now, what'll it be, sweetheart? Let me guess. A nice, cold Pepsi. I wouldn't want to hear one of those crazy voices of yours, huh?
Honey, you ain't heard nothing yet. Hit it, fellas.
The
Safeway Select is brought to you in part by Manitoba Public Insurance, proud to support the community, and by Pepsi, the joy of cola.
Granny's Manitoba poultry hits the spot with every mouthful. Imagine the warm aroma of a Granny's turkey fresh out of the oven. As its sweet smell wafts through the house, it takes you back to family celebrations of days gone by. At Granny's, we're dedicated to making your family gatherings memorable year after year. Granny's Poultry, proudly Manitoba's only turkey processor.
Farm fresh taste and country goodness, Granny's.
As morning breaks in communities all across Canada, Robbins helps you start your day with our special blend coffee.
A full-bodied brew, guaranteed fresh on the first taste, or we'll replace it.
And Robbins mealtime combos and freshly prepared subs are welcome anytime.
At work or at play.
Part of your community. You always get a break at Robbins.
Curling brooms were once like this, but times change, things get better. Now a broom is like this.
The same is true with cell phones. They used to be like this. Now it's the Motorola V phone.
No one knows more about cell phones than Elite Communications, your MTS Mobility Center.
Our friendly experts can tell you all about the V phone.
And MTS Mobility's lowest rates ever.
Elite Communications, your MTS Mobility Center.
You really sweep well, Don.
Above and beyond the call.
The Fifth End Break is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross, committed to caring, and by Granny's Poultry, always quality and freshness.
Welcome back to the Keystone Center in Brandon. A fourth Purple Heart Championship is blooming for Jeff Stouton, who's with Kathy Gauthier.
Jeff, every time we talk to you, it's been a really close game. Do you expect to come out in a provincial final and take 5 in the second end?
No, I don't think that happens too often, but you know, we'll certainly take it. I mean, it was a greatly played end by Gary and John set up all the shots for us, and you know, I was a little deep on mine, but just had to basically open hit for 5. That's pretty nice.
Can you kind of walk us through that, Jeff? Maybe we can get a shot of Jonathan's first one.
Sure.
You're in a situation where Spriggs doesn't look like he's in too much trouble, and then Jonathan throws.
Yeah, we were thinking of maybe playing the split on the 2 red ones, but we thought we wouldn't open up the front at all, so we said, well, we'll hit the yellow one first, and lucky enough, it just ticked that front red one in, and he also rolled in. So now he's looking at 3 little biters there and his lonesome little yellow one, and that's sort of the way it ended up. I mean, we were fortunate he hit and stuck on the one out in the 12-foot and didn't roll in, and John made another great shot after that.
You're in a situation where you're 3 up with, which should be the comfort zone, but it is the free,
yeah.
It should be. It's the free guard zone. So how do you defend a 3-point lead?
Well, you have to hope they have a sort of a half miss. I mean, you know, we're not going to do anything too extravagant. We're going to go open side, and he's going to go around. Then we're going to start peeling, and if he leaves it open, we're going to hit it out. But you know, it's tough because you got 5 more ends to go, and it's pretty easy to steal points here. So you know, we got to keep our heads in the game and keep it going.
Are you thinking about going back to O'Brien?
Not yet.
Good luck in the second 5, Jeff.
Thanks.
Back to you, Joe.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Thank you very much, Jeff. He's already got 2 of those, and he may be adding a 3rd.
Jerry Little of Midtown Ford has always been a proud supporter of curling in Manitoba. He loves the teamwork, the same teamwork he brings to his dealership.
Working late tonight, Dennis?
Oh, just checking out some new angles, Jer.
That's the old team spirit.
Everyone working like a well-oiled machine to help the customer, Jerry thought. Midtown Ford, 750 Pembina Highway. Customers for life.
On the button.
Your business demands that you do it all, but why do it alone? Get all your business communication solutions from the experts who can help you accomplish more. We're Icon Office Solutions.
You're watching Global's coverage of the 2000 Safeway Select Provincial Men's Curling Championship, and Don Finkbeiner has a special guest.
Thanks, Joe. I'm down with host chair of the Brandon Select, the Safeway Select, Bill Johnson. Bill, we're all used to coming out here and seeing wonderful shows out in Brandon, and this is no exception. This has been a great week, and I'm sure this has been superb for the city of Brandon and also for this great facility, and I'm sure you've got a lot of people to talk about and thank.
Well, I do have a lot of people to talk about and thank. It's a tough act to follow, to come in and head up a committee to put on this championship, because we do have a lot of history here in Brandon, recent history, but this Safeway Select this year is outstanding. We are approaching 50,000 in paid attendance, which is tremendous. It's very close to what we did in 1991. We didn't know what the effect of going to 5 days would have on the championship. We've hosted before over a 4-day event. It did make a difference to us from a marketing standpoint, but we're very pleased with the results of it. And I think the Chamber of Commerce is very pleased too. There's been a lot of activity around town.
Well, I know it's very tough to get a hotel room in Brandon, but you know, when you look at the combination of Safeway and Brandon and this facility here, the Keystone, I think curlers agree that this is the greatest place to come. I know guys coming out of Winnipeg for years have always said, "Oh, Brandon," and you walk into this building, the place is packed, and you got great ice, of course, now with Hans and his crew here. The building is superbly decorated by yourselves and Safeway and your committee of volunteers. Brandon is really the mecca of curling, and I would suggest in the world, not only just Canada and Manitoba. You guys do the best job, and I think it's well known internationally now.
Well, we appreciate those comments. Thank you. It's a great facility. It's a great physical facility, plus we have a very cooperative administration here at Keystone that likes to partner with a group like ours and put on a championship like this. Safeway and the Manitoba Curling Association give us the opportunity. You mentioned the ice. Hans Withrich is the world's best ice maker. There's just no question about it. And Eric Montford, the two of them come in here and work with our crew, which includes a lot of local ice makers as well, plus the Ice Pack, the committee that does the construction there. They're a team of pros now. They've done this for over 10 years. They put this ice surface together in 48 hours. It was just outstanding. We were ready to play in no time.
Yeah, well, once again, congratulations on a job well done. We always look forward to coming out to Brandon. We look forward to in the future, and again, congratulations for you and your committee.
Thanks to you, and thanks to Global.
You're welcome. Now back to Joe and Kathy for more of the curling.
Joe, you're definitely welcome, and the sixth end is underway here in this championship final. Jeff Stouton had the hammer in the second end, and we saw what he could do with it as he picked up 5, but as he explained to Kathy Gauthier, the shots that Jonathan Meade made set it all up.
Oh, they really did. We've talked about that, you know, when he made them, and of course Jeff was pointing that out as well, that not only does he sort of open up the front, he ticks one in and moves the other one in, and as Don Spriggs said, it just sort of hit him. You think you're in not bad shape, next thing you know, you're giving up 5.
You had a chance to talk with Don Spriggs in between ends. What was his feelings and what were his comments?
Well, for Don, the biggest for him, I guess, is, you know, you never want to go out there and give up 5, and he did say that there was some opportunities and they just weren't able to capitalize on them. He felt that some of the rocks were moving a little bit further and more sideways than they had thought. But I don't think that he thinks he's out of it. I know that he knows he's got a tough road to hoe, but there are 5 ends left to go.
And as you can see, when you don't have the hammer in the free guard zone, you are able to put up the guards to try to generate some points. And I find sometimes, especially see it in the skins format, but we see it in this format as well, that it's easier to steal.
Well, there's the rocks in play. It's not like the old system where at this point Jeff would just do a little class on how to peel rocks and it would be over. There will be rocks in play.
So there are 2 guards out there in front. 1 long, 1 short for Don Spriggs, and Jeff Stouton is going to ask his lead, Doug Armstrong, to remove the top one.
Yep. Good shot. Nice.
Well done. That was from a hit, big fella.
You know, we were talking about it earlier. There still is a lot of pressure on Stouton. It's his game to lose only. And big shot there by Spriggs to keep them in the game. So anything can happen.
Didn't feel like it either.
But the Spriggs team on there, they got to come up with some pretty awesome shots. And and some superb, precise curling to get back into this game too. Not an enviable task against a team of the caliber of Stoughton.
And as well as Jeff and his team have curled, they have shown some flaws in their game this morning. Not very many.
No, you're right.
But they're not curling as they did as in 1996 when they beat Dale Duguid.
Well, nobody can curl that well.
No.
No.
But there's an opening there. Here are the
And
percentages.
You know what? I think you're going to see that they're pretty equal across the front. The reason that there is a discrepancy in the game, certainly Dale's not having the game of his life, and Jonathan is. Probably the exception. The Stoughton team is playing just superb. And Jeff, of course, is playing really well, too. And the big problem, I guess, for the Spriggs team, if you want to look at percentages, is their shots are going to be more difficult.
No, you're exactly right. Especially the back ends. The front ends, Spriggs has to use his front end to sort of set up some potential. And for himself and Dean, they got to make the precision kind of shots.
And if you haven't had a chance during this Safeway Select, we suggest you check out the website at www.curlmanitoba.org. Check out what's happening here at the Safeway Select. You can even see Don, Kathy, and I on the internet.
Just not necessarily a reason to live, but...
But you also get updates from the other provinces as well. And as you mentioned, Wayne Madaw losing in Ontario after, I think, going through the round robin undefeated.
Yeah, you really had a good round robin, but in any playoff system, it's not what you do when you get there, it's what you do on that final day that makes the difference. So for Don Spriggs' team, they were throwing the guard. They do know that Stoughton does have one out in the wings. At some point, they will have to be concerned about it because they don't want to give up another two.
We'll try and get him to go in, eh? I think we might as well try and get him to go in. Going out front again, see what happens. Maybe next one go in. Whoa. Whoa.
Further out.
Whoa, guys.
Line's good. Wow.
Whoa.
Yep. Yep. Right back. Throw.
Again, just throwing another guard. One of the things that we have said about this ice is that it does move a lot with draw weight, but with any sort of hit weight, it runs very straight. So for the Stoughton team, who do throw them very clean and do throw them very hard, this is not too challenging for someone like Jonathan Meade.
Shot, John.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, their deliveries are so flawless that these become routine kind of shots. Anybody who curls a lot realizes it's not an easy job to peel guards all the time.
Is that enough?
No, we had here.
Well, it's going to come off there hard, eh? Pull if you can. Wait for it to grab. Now go. Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Wait on late.
Whoa.
You can see it coming off the hill and breaking sideways, as we suggested earlier in the telecast, that it just goes hard.
Just the button. Make sure the button.
Great shots.
Very nice.
Now he's got to peel that guard again, I think.
Thanks.
What's that? Nothing. Straight peel? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be even playing the straight back because you leave the guard again.
No.
See,
Jeff doesn't have to get cute here.
No, Jonathan was talking about playing the straight back to split it out, but you do that, you leave the guard out front.
Easy, just clean. Shot.
And Jeff also knows that even though Dale has made, or rather Dean has made that shot perfectly, because it's going to be very difficult to outdraw. It is so difficult to throw a guard out here because it curls so hard. If you leave it high, Jeff will be able to throw hack weight at it.
Yes, exactly.
So he's waiting for them to sort of force their hand rather than Jonathan maybe miss it and play the straight back, as you suggested, leaving a guard. He doesn't want to give up any more than one at the absolute outside.
Well, also with this rock off to the side here, and second shot rock, he can sort of go after that shot rock and roll out. Still get one in a way, but he can get it. He can also go after and get a deuce.
Fight in the ring.
Don't tell me that, Rick.
Off if you can. Line's pretty good.
No, he doesn't want to come into the house here on this one. And set up a double. Yeah, he is in. That's not what he wanted to do.
Just a little more than he wanted to throw.
Straight back will split him out, but still leave something for Don to come around.
You just miss it, Scott.
You like this? But then you could do the same thing.
Yeah. No, I think we'll try.
I like peel.
Nose hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So because it was a guard before, they weren't looking at it. Don, go ahead.
So just go straight back, split, and roll out. The only danger is he doesn't want to come across this way and roll that shot over that way. So basically straight back hit, right on the nose would do it.
If it crosses, roll it away, Doug.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Good.
Great shot.
Good shot.
We're so used to seeing this from Stoughton. It just is
It's almost
amazing.
automatic.
Yeah, you're right.
Nice shot, Jeff.
Thanks. Almost lost it, eh?
Well, it's big game.
Yeah, well, it just was like right there.
Pretty much on the line with Jeff making no mistakes, having an opportunity to make the double. Hits it right on the nose, driving it back, picking out the 1 on the 4-foot and lying 2. The decision is on Don Spriggs' part to ignore those 2 and to go around, hopefully replacing that rock in the 4-foot.
The only danger with this, from Spriggs' point of view,
If he doesn't make it perfect.
Well, no, if he leaves it a little exposed, Jeff can get at it. If he puts it perfectly in behind, Jeff places the same straight back raise for a deuce. So it's a tough situation for Don.
Wait for it.
Oh.
Gotta break.
Close.
Gotta break hard. Gotta stop too.
Close.
Gotta stop.
Didn't have much handle on it, Kathy.
Okay, Don.
I'd say Jeff may just come down to it and tap it back a bit. Or split the front.
No, I don't think we have to get greedy, but
yeah, let's just get
try the split's good.
So what he's trying to do?
Yeah.
It's got to be full.
We could play by too, Jeff, and then if we tick it, like we, you know.
Yeah. Well, just tap it back. If it stays out, we split it. Less. We're 1.
So he is.
We're just
looking at
2.
playing.
Jeff, which one are you playing first, split or tap?
Split.
Okay.
Okay, what he's trying to do is he's trying to split this, move this over here, and this shooter over into here.
T-line weight's good. Just have to move that one a couple inches, that's all.
Which will give him a 3. 3 on 6 will be very discouraging, of course, for Spriggs.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard. How much weight?
Hard.
Right on the nose.
Cuts
okay.
too much.
Okay,
He's going to get his deuce.
that's fine.
So for 2 for Jeff Stoughton here in the 6th end. And it's a 7-2 lead in the championship final.